Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. We are live. Wow, we're live if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, then welcome to the show and welcome back to AdamMcKola TV. Hope you guys are all doing well. We are in lockdown. We are in shutdown. We are in all sorts of bother right now. The world don't know what's hit it. We're all stuck inside the house. But we're all in this together. Yes, we're all in this together. No matter what part of the world you are in, we are all in this together. And here at AdamMcKola TV, I'll be trying to get you through this next few weeks or months or however long it's going to be without football. And in today's daily Manchester United news video, we are talking about Odion Ighalo because he is in the headlines again. Obviously, not many headlines going around. The journalists are all sat at home. They can't think of much or anything to make up right now. But Odion Ighalo is being linked with another, again, is being linked again with a permanent move to Manchester United and a £15 million permanent move to Manchester United, according to the Daily Mail. And we'll be discussing that and every other little bit of news that's coming out today in regards to Manchester United and of course anything else in the football world, because as we've heard, UEFA have suspended their cup finals indefinitely. So the Europa League, the Champions League, they have no idea when they'll be putting them on, and the PFA chief executive has come out and said the Premier League could carry on behind closed doors. So kind of conflicting messages from what we're hearing from UEFA, what we're hearing from the PFA and the Premier League, because it does seem like the Premier League are gearing towards trying to go ahead behind closed doors. Teams are returning to training soon, at the start of April, and these guys are gearing towards, starting the season and completing it behind closed doors. We've already heard the European Championships 2020 is now Euro 2021. The Olympics is now most likely going to be in 2021. So all these kind of these sporting dates are being moved, and the leagues now have more possibility to be getting it finished and to be getting the job done. So interesting times ahead for all concerned. I hope you guys are all keeping safe. You're all keeping locked off in your yards. And if you do have to go out because you're an essential worker or you have to go look after your parent, I'm not sure what your current situation is, but if you're having to be on the road, then be sensible and be safe. Come on, guys, let's do this. The quicker we get this sorted out, the quicker it'll be over. And can you imagine the time when football returns? Can you? Can you imagine the time when football returns? When the pubs reopen again, when the clubs reopen again, when everything's back to normal? Can you imagine the time? I know what I'm doing. Not only am I going to the United game and all that stuff, enjoying that, getting smashed, I'm also booking a flight to Amsterdam. And I want to know what you guys are doing as soon as this shit blows over. What are your plans? Where do you want to go? Let us know in those comments. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're commenting, sharing, and of course joining AdamMcKola TV. Now you can join to get exclusive extra content out of the channel, and of course plenty more too. Although the usual content is going to keep rolling, so don't you worry about that. More goals incoming from FIFA. From Ighalo, says Shivesh, you're damn right. And Shivesh has been watching the FIFA 20 Decides campaign, because Odion Ighalo has been in great form for Manchester United, but he's also been in great form for me on FIFA 20. I mean, I've been covering the games that should have been played now that they're not being played because obviously everything's being locked off. So let's get this Odion Ighalo story up for you. Let's have a look. Here we go. So his loan deal expires at the end of May. So United then need to, we're probably going to need to ask the Premier League and Shanghai Shenhua and all these different parties for an extension. Probably UEFA as well. I'm not sure what's going to happen with them, if they'll allow us to play him in the Europa League. So we'll have to ask these guys for an extension to his loan move. That's a likely scenario because the transfer window isn't open on May the 31st. So we couldn't make him a permanent signing then, even if we wanted to, unless we get special dispensation. So those are the facts. His loan move expires on the 31st. And obviously he could be returning to Shanghai Shenhua then. obviously as well, we know China are dealing with this virus outbreak, but you know, he left China due to this. So what's going to happen there? But nevertheless, he's now being lined up, and it's saying here, Manchester United are ready to sign Odion Ighalo for up to £15 million this summer after it emerged the Nigerian striker's loan runs out on the May the 31st. It emerged. The club would have known when his fucking loan was about to end, you bellends. Emerged. Like they just discovered it. That's how you know it's a slow news day. Sports Mail can reveal Ighalo's temporary move from Shanghai Shenhua is set to end a month earlier than most loan deals. United may have to negotiate an extension with the Chinese club if the Premier League season, on hold to the end of April, continues into June. Although World Players Union FIFPro is working on a solution to the contract uncertainty caused by the coronavirus crisis. At United so far, he's had 3 starts, 5 games from the bench. He's scored 4 goals and got an assist. It's not fucking bad, is it? It's not bad at all. As well as scoring 6 in 3 for me. I think it was 6 in 3. He scored 2 in the last game. 1 in the first game. His last 3. He scored a hat-trick in the middle. He scored 6 for me. So he's on 10 goals for United this season. With 14 games. The geezer's on fire. That doesn't deserve to be signed up. I don't know what will. But look, his goal ratio is good. His performance levels have been good. His valuation of £15 million for a player who's 31 years old in June, I don't think that's bad. And if you look at it, United are paying him around 130 grand a week at the moment. That might increase if we sign him on a permanent deal. He's not going to get the 300k that he's on at Shanghai Shenhua. So he'd have to come down and meet us somewhere. But I'd have no doubts that he'd want to do that. And yeah, I think this one's something that happens, you know. I think Odion Ighalo will sign for United on a permanent deal. I really do. The one thing that does confuse me is I read something on Mason Greenwood earlier. And let me bring this up. Again, it's a slow news day, so you got to bring all these things in with a pinch of salt. But the Daily Express saying Manchester United star Mason Greenwood is facing a difficult future at Old Trafford. He's an 18-year-old boy that scored 13 goals this season, you fucking idiots. Manchester United rate Mason Greenwood, but the club have a problem when it comes to the 18-year-old. We definitely don't have any problems. I'm going to translate this for you as we go along. Manchester United want to sign a striker this summer, regardless of what happens with Odion Ighalo. I reckon if Odion Ighalo signs, we don't sign another striker. But any arrival of a Timo Werner or a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, neither of them are going to happen, risks hampering the development of Mason Greenwood, who has excelled for the Red Devils when called upon by Solskjaer this season. Solskjaer's United attackers have done well amid a difficult campaign at Old Trafford, scoring enough goals to propel them to within touching distance of a Champions League spot. That's one thing that they've got right. I don't think our strikers have been the problem this season. We've needed backup and we've needed depth at times, and bringing in Odion Ighalo was a masterstroke. But I think they've contributed quite well in the games that they've played. But the Norwegian isn't fully content and is plotting a move for another centre-forward when the transfer window reopens this summer. Werner is one of the names under consideration. Aubameyang is another who has been linked amid his sensational form for Arsenal. And links to the likes of Moussa Dembele and Harry Kane are refusing to die down. But any big name arrival in the striker department risks making Greenwood's path to the first team, the first time, significantly more difficult. These lot are talking fucking shit, man. Absolute bollocks. Bollocks. Mason Greenwood is not facing an uncertain future at Manchester United. In fact, his future is one of those that is certain. His future is at Manchester United. Look at what he's contributing to this team already. Look at what he's contributing to this team already by way of goals. I don't even think he's performed all round yet. We've still got to see a lot more coming from him. But when you look at his finishing ability, his natural ability to score goals, he's second to none in our team. The kid's incredible. And I find it bizarre that they'd write one of these articles. I really do. Also bizarre that they're writing it about an 18-year-old boy. Like, fair enough, he's an adult, he's a footballer, write what you want. But he's one of your own as well. Surely the Express want him to do well for England. I reckon he goes to the Euro 2021. And what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? Talking utter nonsense. Mason Greenwood's future is not uncertain at Manchester United. Don't believe what these twats are writing. Don't believe what they're writing. Guys, that was the Express. If you're looking for someone to block or avoid, then it's them. What's going on, Amar? Hope you're good, bro. Shivesh, who's leading for Sancho, Adam, us or Chelsea? Any news? The last thing I seen about Jadon Sancho was him on Instagram live with Jesse Lingard. Not that means anything, but nevertheless, it's like real life Love Island. Get up, have a shower, get dressed, and go nowhere. Says Dad Sweets, talking about lockdown at the moment. Werner can play left, right, and up front. 23 years old. I reckon Timo Werner ends up at Liverpool. Kim's got 12 goals, man. Hasn't even started many games. What the fuck are they on about? Says Manny Mo, echoing my thoughts on the Daily Express. Guys, if you agree with what I'm saying about Daily Express and their nonsense on Mason Greenwood, then hit that like button. And even if you don't, just hit that fucking like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. Remember, we're bringing you daily content here on AdamMcKola TV. We have been ticking along nicely. Even getting sometimes twice daily videos. Getting 2 videos in a motherfucking day, man. Trying to help you guys at home get through this. I'm trying to help myself get through this. Keep sane. And we're going to build this channel in the progress. We've got loads of things in the pipeline. So make sure you're keeping it locked to AdamMcKola TV. And the latest news is Manchester United could sign Odion Ighalo for £15 million. Big up yourself, Harry Fraser, and the rest of you guys in those comments. No, I do not have COVID-19, or at least not that I'm aware of. Who knows? I could be a carrier. I could have it and not know it. That's why it's important for me to keep my ass in the house for now while we're trying to get on top of this problem that's grappling the world at the moment. So whilst I don't know if I've got it, they're not testing many people, which is something that I find, look, I'm not going to get into it, I find mad that they're not testing anyone. So how can you get everyone to self-isolate, everyone self-isolates, then when we reintroduce ourselves back to the world, you'll have a load of people that don't know that they've got it, just spreading it again. But nevertheless, I've got to keep my ass at home because I could be one of those that could pass it to someone vulnerable. Paul from Redmond's got it, hasn't he? So I hope him and his family are well. And I hope he gets well soon. Cannonballer. Love you, bro. Bulla. How you doing, mate? And you know what's funny, yeah? As soon as I talk about not having it, a sneeze has lined itself up. God damn. Is this light? I promise you it's this light. No JD today. No Jack Daniels today. It's too early yet. It's still morning time. Come on, I haven't got that bad into the self-isolation yet. Dr. Tomway, I'm coming for you, bruv. Adam's just been sent home from work. McKeel says, wash your hands. Ramil, how you doing, mate? Hope you're good, brother. What's up, McKola? Much love from India. Yes, bro. I'm gutted. What has this done for pre-season, man? What has this done for pre-season? Looking forward to a trip to maybe America or India or wherever United were going to go. Not happening. Not happening. God damn it. God damn it. Guys, these kind of things are going to be regular, by the way. I'm going to try and do them daily. Obviously, when football returns, and it's going to be a bit more difficult for me to do them daily. But while we're going right now, I'm going to do these things daily. We'll get these content out there. We'll keep you guys entertained. Not sure what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to think of a little topic and maybe do a video on that. But yeah, let us know what you're thinking of the channel, what we've added to the channel, what we've maybe stopped doing on the channel. I don't know if there's anything I've stopped doing apart from match reviews and match previews, which I can't do right now. Mr. McKola, does the league get finished as standard 4-4-2? Hope you guys are doing well. I think it does. I think the league gets finished in the end. I think the Premier League look keen to get it finished. even if that is behind closed doors. I think for the TV money alone, it's worth it for those clubs to get it finished. I know as fans, we all think, fuck, I want to be there, and all that kind of thing. And there's a lot of question marks around, can you stop fans gathering outside grounds? Is that then going to cause an issue for police? Are you going to get... So with with football games, you need a certain level of ambulance there, regardless of whether there's fans there or not. So are you going to get the permission for that from the health service, from the police service? Are you going to get their go ahead in case of fans gathering outside? It depends how far we are into lockdown. But if they can get it to go ahead behind closed doors, I think they will. And I think they'll try and get the season finished sooner rather than later. My only concern is, how much do you let that affect next season? Because you've got the Euros now next summer. You've got the Olympics next summer. You've got all these tournaments that are going to be getting crammed into next summer. Then you've got the league that will probably be delayed, the start of the league, because of the fact that this league's finishing later. So when does this league start? The next league start? When does it end? How close to the Euros is that going to be? Like, there's all sorts of different things. So whilst I think there's still a possibility that it's just scrapped, and they have to kind of show that, look, we're trying to make this happen, we're trying to get this done, because they can't be seen to just be thinking, fuck it, it's done. They have to try and get it sorted. So I think they will try to do that, but there's a lot of question marks around that as well. Is La Liga suspended indefinitely? I'm not too sure what's going on with La Liga and Bundesliga and things like that on a long-term basis. I know they've all been suspended a little bit and stopped. So not sure what's going on with them, when they're planning to start. I keep in the news with what's happening in the Premier League. Screw the season and Liverpool start again. Scrap and start again, says Minnie. I can't see it being finished this year, says Daz. And if that's the case and the league isn't finished this year, I think you just have to call the whole thing off. I really do think you've just got to call the whole thing off. Sorry about that. Parshu says, just when we started enjoying United playing football again, we don't get to watch it anymore. Bang on. United would just... La Liga suspended until further notice for you guys that are wondering. Cannonballer and Shivesh have let us know in the comments. Yeah, just as we're enjoying going to Old Trafford, enjoying United games, looking forward to the matches and all that good stuff, it goes and fucking ends, doesn't it? It's a bit frustrating, but what can you do? You just got to keep plugging away. It's not just football that's affected, it's not just United that are affected. So, yeah, got to carry on, guys. Gotta keep going, man. Axel Bailly, Lindelof to Maguire, partner. Who to my partner Maguire, says Amar. I'd say Bailly is our best centre half after Harry Maguire. I love Axel Tuanzebe and I want to see him given an opportunity, and Lindelof given an opportunity. And I think those two should be the backups to Bailly and Harry Maguire. There's obviously question marks around Eric Bailly and whether he's going to be fit enough and stay fit enough for the foreseeable future. All the leagues need to agree and scrap this season. Now, I think the Bundesliga are more than happy to do that, because theirs is still very much up in the air. I'm sure the teams that are trying to win the league instead of Bayern Munich would think otherwise, but they're trying to, they're in a position where kind of like everything's still up in the air. If they did that, it wouldn't be too much fuss. We're not. Yes, behind the headlines. How you doing, brother? Daz Sweet says our new home kit looks like a virus. Good time to have it then. If this season is a carry, then Bruno has to go. No, not. You don't reverse transfers and things like that. The league just wouldn't have counted. So you just still have the same teams in every league for next season. Signing Ighalo, Sancho and Grealish and sell Jones and Lingard. I'd take Sancho, Grealish all day long. You already know my opinion on Odion Ighalo, and the news at the moment around Odion Ighalo is Man United could be looking at a permanent deal for Odion, £15 million, which for me would represent value for money in terms of you get a striker that really loves to play for Manchester United. You get a striker that's shown he could be a handful for Manchester United already. He'd be happy to be a rotation player. He's not going to kick up a fuss. His wages aren't going to be ridiculous, and you can still focus your funds and spend money elsewhere. I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of big money deals when the window eventually opens again very soon. Well, whenever that is. So, with that being said, Odion Ighalo is one that could happen. Could happen. Do they scrap the goal tallies? Says Adam. It's an interesting one. I thought about that. If they scrap the league, does like Rashford and Martial lose their goals? But then I thought, like, they've played in those games, regardless of what happened with the season finishing. Those games were still played. You can never say to them, let's say they played 20 games, and before that, you couldn't say to Harry Maguire, you've not played for Man United. Do you know what I mean? If the league was because he clearly has played. You couldn't say to Harry Maguire, you haven't scored for Man United, because that clearly happened. You couldn't say the same to Odion Ighalo, because that's clearly happened. So, yeah. K Zetan, yes mate, how you doing? Hope you're well. Ramil's on a mad one. If we go for only 3 in the summer, names, says Shivesh. Sancho, Grealish, Party. That sounds like a party, doesn't it? How long do you think it's going to take Ighalo to break Rooney's record, says Matt? Probably about 5 years, bro. 5 years. 15 mil is pocket change. Only concern is his wages. If he earns 100k a week, Bruno is on 70k, so he might have. I don't think Bruno's on 70k, bro. I don't think he's on that. I don't think he's on ludicrous wages, but I don't think he's on 70k either. I'm sitting here doing my uni work during the lockdown, and all I can think about is Rashford, Martial, Sancho and Fernandes. Oh, mate, I was playing with them, on FIFA. Bruno, Pogba, mate, Rashford, Martial. It's fucking amazing. It was amazing. Let's hope it only goes like that in real life. And there was some talk as well from Duncan Castles that this stop in play, this postponement of football, could almost force United's hands in terms of keeping Paul Pogba, which would be a great thing for me, and getting him to sign a new deal, because obviously again, clubs aren't going to be in a position to spend as much money. There's going to be a reduction in the money they're receiving, match day revenue, commercial revenue, TV money maybe, things like that. So they're probably going to be in a position where they're a little bit weaker, and you can see these bigger teams picking off the smaller teams, because this is going to have a bigger impact on the smaller teams, because of the fact that they haven't got the big commercial revenues and that kind of thing to keep going. So they're going to have to sell their players, and the bigger teams are going to be able to come in and buy their players for cheaper. So you'll see more deals like that happening. Have you seen Medjbri play live? I seen him play in the Mercedes-Benz Junior Cup when I went out there this year with Full-Time Devils. It's like a 5-a-side tournament. You had the likes of Medjbri playing, Dylan Hugerworth. You had Robbie Savage's son, Phil Neville's son, a few other players as well, some good ones, some good players playing. I think there's a fella called, is it Hurd? Let me find his name there. The one that I was impressed with the most. It was... The goalkeeper at the time was Wojciech. He was decent. They also had... Ethan Hamilton played. He looked alright. Also, I think Hannibal Medjbury obviously played. Sorry, the goalkeeper was Andrej Masny. You had Harvey Neville playing. You had William Fish playing. He was decent. Mark Helm was my favourite player in the tournament. Hannibal Medjbury looked like a different player, different gravy altogether. Charlie Wellens played. Charlie Savage played. Unfortunately, Odion Ighalo didn't play. Dylan Hugerworth played. Ayodeji Satana played as well. It was a good tournament. It was good to watch. When is the next game on FIFA Decides? Not many people watch those videos, but I'll keep them coming anyway. Who cares? Some of you love them. It is the next game that we should have been having would have been Brighton. So a week, 2 weeks time. I'll probably start the career mode before then and give you some of that content as well. Baby boom in a year's time, just wait and see. Fingers crossed, not me. This is our chance, Adam. We have the money, we can make up lots of time to catch up, says Minnie. Will you play Pogba as a 6 then? More as a 8? You can play him as a 6 if you wanted to. Obviously not better there. Where's Garner and Angel gone? Seems like Ollie is freezing them out. They have had a few injuries. Obviously Gomez hasn't been injured, and it's his contract situation that seems to be the issue. But hopefully he can get that sorted soon, and we can see him staying at Manchester United, especially now there's this delay. But his contract will still be, up for renewal, so we need to get that sorted. Odion Ighalo, fingers crossed, man. Let's not put too much pressure on him. But he looks like a very, very talented player. What did Real say about avoiding the season? I've not seen that. I know Joe Gold said the same thing. If we can't get it sorted, then just call the whole thing off. And I think a lot of people agree with that. It's just the issues that then come away from that. How much money will clubs lose out on TV money-wise? All that kind of thing. Sweet Ancesh will keep them coming. We will keep them coming. And guys, remember, if you do love the content and you want to support AMTV, you can click that join button and help get involved and support a little bit more. And as a reward, you'll get a little bit extra out of the channel, although things like this will still continue regardless. Void the season. I'm not starting a petition. Definitely not doing that. Ethan Laird or Delo, whom would you keep? I'd keep both of them, Shivesh. You never know who's going to break through, who's going to make it. Competition could be good for them. I like Diogo Delo. I like Ethan Laird. I think they're very good players, quality players. So I'd like to see them being kept. Seriously, if Liverpool don't actually win it now, they never will. Alex, we will not. Any more questions before we log out on today's daily live video? I hope the debt that United have is not affected. That debt will always be there because of those bastards, the Glazers. And on that note, guys, there's probably not a better note to leave it on, is there? Make sure you keep supporting the channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe, join, super chat, all that good stuff. But for now, guys, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm going to get out of here. But before I do, make sure you get in the comments below whether you think Odion Ighalo should stay or go. Bars. For now, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here. Well, I'm out of here now.